The thing I've struggled with the last couple of years is that my dad, because I'm the oldest, and so my dad always, like, when I was being raised, he was just kind of replicating his dad, so he was much more of a hard ass, you know? Because my dad, had like a 70s dad, which is like the scariest dads ever. And
that's in America.
In America. But then, like, as he kept having more kids, my dad kind of came into his own and became more of a softie. So, like, he's taking it a lot easier on my sister and then my brother than he did on me.
Well, you got oldest kid thing going on, which is always got to be kind of rough. And then I think, like, we got to find a midline between dadding.
Yeah.
Because I think there's such, like, I've seen some millennial dads that have just wanted to that I want to fight on site. Like, I've got baby cousins, and occasionally my folks, who are like kind of their grandparents to them, will go pick them up. And there's this dude who, like, unironically jorts, shaved head, what's the septum ring piercing?
Yeah.
And then my mom couldn't help herself. I know it's bad boomer energy, but she was taking pictures of this guy, and I'm kind of glad she did. Because, like, I've never felt more like a torpedo in prison. Like, I got to stab this guy.
Yeah.
He just has a crew neck sweater that he cut parts off, and it just says "pay women." And I'm like, and he's like,
just pay women.
Just pay women.
The party cut off said for sex.
I guess. I mean, I see a guy like that, and I'm like, what did you do? What did you do?
Right. What are you hiding?
Yeah, I'm like, I never believe those guys.
Put on all the septum piercings and pay women shirts you want. You're covering up.
After it's camouflage, right?
Yeah.
After a while, it seems like social camouflage.
There's some borderline sins.
or downright.
or depravity.
Like crimes.
Yeah.
Maybe not even sins, but full on crimes.
Yeah.
But I can't get on board with that energy.
Right. No, I 100% agree. I think you should. I don't care how reactionary this sounds. You should not be a dad with a septum piercing. Like say goodbye.
I mean,
be a man with a septum piercing. That's fine. But once you have kids, say goodbye to it.
Like,
for 18 years.
Nah, I'll push back a little.
It up for 18 years. Just flip it up.
Well, first of all, septum piercings of all kind just gross me out because the nose is one of the holes that it's a leaky, gross hole.
Yeah.
It's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know all the holes can be like kind of gross.
All the holes have their own kind of gross.
You can have a bad ear day, pussy, ass, whatever. But the nose is the only one that, like, on the daily, outside of the asshole, those are the two that are punching in gross time every day.
I'm not regularly sucking things back into my asshole during the day.
Nah, I mean, you might get a stinky wink every now and then.
Right,
but,
yeah.
Well, no, but
on occasion.
Like, yeah, but you know what I mean? It's one of the gross holes. It's a gross hole, and then you're adding more holes in it, which seems like a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, like when something's an airtight seal and you're like, what if I just fucked around with that?
Yeah, septum piercing is the area where, like, I sound like homophobic. I'm like, God gave you the two holes there for a reason. God doesn't make mistakes with your holes.
I guess, you know what? I don't think they all look bad.
Right.
But for me, it's fully a function thing that just I guess it's borderline phobic. I'm homophobic.
Yeah.
No, but like I was like,
there you go.
It is.
It all comes back together.
Yeah, there it is.
No, I do think
like a phobia. It actually just grosses me out.
No, I feel the same, and I would never get one. And I wouldn't say I like how they look. At the same time, it's oftentimes an indicator. Like, if a girl has one, I know she's cool, you know? Like, it's not necessarily
that's the
how
vibe
it
you
looks.
get?
Yeah, it's like a membership
instantly go,
card.
this girl's going to suck at a party.
Oh, okay.
At my party, which are normally rallies.
Yeah.
No,
I was just saying, I think we historically have different kind of girls that are attracted to us.
I disagree.
Really? Oh, okay.
We're morphing into the same person.
We are slowly becoming. This really sucks.
Well, do you remember?
This podcast is a documentation of us just
slowly
getting in the Brundlefly machine.
Which one of both of us just going, kill me?
Yeah.
No, I tried to make a bit, and granted, not a great bit, but I stand by it being funny. Like, it'll make me giggle, which is worth enough for me to do it a few times. But I think I told you it, where whenever I see a girl with a septum piercing, I'm like, did you even try smiling more? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You laughed.
Yeah, I did laugh
at the absurdity.
Yeah. No, I don't like girls who smile, dude. Get the septum piercing and frown all the time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, I was talking about my childhood, and I wanted. No, I wanted to make a point about my dad.
Oh right,
yeah. Became a softie.
Millennial dads. My bad, but yeah.
My dad's not a millennial dad. He's whatever's above a millennial.
He's Gen X.
Yeah, and he
which is weird because are you Gen Z?
I'm Gen Z.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are
you millennial?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both cuspers. We're both like right on.
I'm on the lower end of millennial.
Yeah, and I'm on the top end of Gen Z.
Okay, because I'll see like a old millennial,
yeah.
and I'm like, I don't think I'm that.
No.
I'm like those 44-year-olds are like, what's up, dude? I'm like,
I'm with her.
Yeah, I am a millennial, but I think I'm on the younger side. But anyways, so your dad's Gen X.
I was gonna say that like when we moved for the first time, when we left DeWitt, and I was like 7. It was the first time I was 8, and it was the first time we started that string of moving every like year and a half.
Yeah.
And we were literally, my dad was pulling on my feet and I was holding on to the door. I'm not exaggerating. And I'm like screaming, like, I don't want to go. And he's like, we got to go. Like, we're driving to Texas now. We need to beat the traffic. And then flash forward like years later.
That literally, it's like downloading a mental illness onto you. Your dad's anxiety.
right.
As you're traumatized latching on the door. I'm like, have you talked to a professional about this? Maybe not.
He didn't need to talk to a professional. He had kids' feet to pull.
No,
to get
I was talking about you, pal.
Oh, me? Yeah. No, you're my professional.
Okay.
And then many years later, I'm in college, and my family had just moved to Pennsylvania. And my dad was on the phone with me, and he was just like, you know what? Your brother and sister, I don't know if they're liking it here. I think maybe we should move back. And I was like, you pussy. I was like, what happened to the guy who was pulling on my feet?
Yeah.
Like, where did he go?
What's fucking insane is you have maybe the same trauma as an army brat.
Yeah.
With none of the borrowed valor.
No, I got zero borrowed valor.
You got no borrowed valor.
Yeah.
You can't even be like, my dad, a helicopter pilot.
I got one Korean War vet grandpa. That's all I got.
Dad's side?
Mom's side. Technically her stepdad, but that's like her dad and her.
Is he American?
Yeah, American guy. Yeah, so he's the one who he met my grandma, my yai, in Thailand, married her, and then brought her and her kids back to the U.S.
Now, okay, it's all making sense.
Yeah, that's the only valor that I'm able to claim.
Korean War valor. That's
it's pretty good.
That's good borrowing valor. Not a lot
that is some good valor.
Ooh, yeah, stalemate. You got in before we started losing them.
Yeah.
Ooh, good.
The last good one.
Yeah. Justifiable.
That's before they became like long wars that don't have ends.
Also, that was also the war that set the tone that we were just not going to start nuking everybody.
Yeah.
Because MacArthur.
That was the last, real fist on fist.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, old General McCarthy.
Yeah.
MacArthur. Did not. He was like, let's nuke him now.
Yeah.
And it was Truman still, right? That was like, what? Are you fucking nuts?
Truman was the one who eventually got rid of MacArthur because he was like, he wanted to nuke everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's like, you want to talk about like Oppenheimer's face at the end of the movie?
I still haven't seen it, but I've seen the meme.
So you've seen the meme. It's literally, that's just after Hiroshima.
Yeah.
MacArthur was just like, let's use this all the time.
Let's keep it going.
This is the best.
As a history buff,
I
appreciate. As a movie buff, I appreciate you trying to not spoil it, but I was like, I know what happens. Yeah.
They make the bomb.
Yeah, we used it.
And Oppenheimer feels funny about it.
Yeah, he feels real uncouth.
he's off kilter a little bit.
What's the famous quote he said? Whoopsie poopsie. Now I have become oopsie poopsie.
Now I have become
now I have become whoops.
Now I have become, did I do that?
Is it true we dropped an oopsie daisy? Man, that's okay. So yeah, that's nuts. You also being a firstborn though, you guys get all the shit, dude.
Because they're trying everything out on you.
Because parents don't know how to be parents with the firstborn. They have an idea.
By the third one, they've got it as figured out as they can.
They don't cry at a third one's funeral unless it's the favorite. Like, for sure. At
the funeral?
At the dude.
Yeah.
A king doesn't want to bury his firstborn. Thirdborn, he's like, the womb had been spent by then. That's why I'm dyslexic.
I was born without a butthole too.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I retract everything I said about God making it the right amount of holes because I was one short.
Well,
yeah, but everything was there.
Your whole life.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting you're a designer, baby.
I'm a designer. Just the whole. Just the whole designer.
Well, I'm part of the last generation of full-on splooging moms.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot of splooge tube millennials.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Probably, maybe.
Wait, explain a splooging mom real quick. Pretend I don't know.
So when a man wants to have sex with a lady.
Wait, are you just saying you're conceived normally?
Yeah. Whoa, dude. Problematic, bro.
Traditionally?
Oh,
you were conceived in the traditional way?
Our burgeoning audience of woke people.
Are you implying that the way you were conceived is out of style now because everybody's gay? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I do think I probably started off. No, I can't say this about my mom. She might watch this. Yeah. There's a line even I won't cross. It's with my mommy. Will not make fun of my conception.
That's sweet.
Well, wait a couple years.
Good time.
Good
Clock's
time.
ticking.
This bit's it's gonna stay in the oven a little bit longer.
this bit will be fresh.
This bit gonna be in the oven until she's in the oven. Do you talk? My parents, they've full on gotten to the age where they talk about their own deaths, and I don't like that.
No, I don't think
I would hope your parents don't.
No,
they're too young.
No, they don't. Right now, they're just getting around being empty nesters.
Okay, that'd be wild if they're like ready to die.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which my parents are ready to die. Also, kind of Oppenheimer apropos. We should all maybe be considering our own mortality now.
Yeah.
It's like...
Because we're all going to die?
Well, like, I like that we're, like, cavalierly being like, can you believe they're talking about tactical nuclear weapons? Like, everybody... When
the remnants of humanity are found,
yeah.
It's going to be us goofing
Dude,
about...
First of all, I know I'm going to make it, which sucks.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude, I'm a prepper. Like, fucking... I got my hole. I'll be down there. I know about Half-Life. I got my hazmat suit. So that already sucks.
You just need to come up with your Dr. Strangelove plan for like how many women to men you need to preserve.
We'll figure that out in the post-apocalyptic world. Okay. No, but I've actually had conversations with people. I can't remember if I told you. I'll tell you off mic specifically who it was.
Okay.
But I had a conversation with like a very intelligent, like well-to-do businessman who's like, he definitely sounded like George C. Scott from
Dr.
Strangelove.
Yeah.
Who's like talking about like limited nuclear exchange. I'm like, that doesn't happen.
That
like does not happen at all. Like, does that scare you at all or
no? A little bit, yeah.
A little bit? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I try not to macro freak out every morning anymore, but I'm like, oh yeah. Like,
honestly, the only things that really scare me now are things where I feel like if it happens, I'll feel like I could have done something about it.
Okay.
And that's something where it's so out of my control. I'm just kind of like, I don't have the energy to be scared about it.
That's fair. I think that's a very apropos Gen Z
take
as well, or a younger person.
That ironic detachment is huge with Gen Z.
Yeah.
They're like, none of them are going to vote or anything. Nobody cares.
They might vote ironically, which could be
Harambe votes.
Yeah.
Like through the roof.
That would just be like, oh, let's watch it all burn votes, which I think would be kind of nuts.
Yeah.
Which I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just like trash talking points, but I hear that like Gen Z women are more liberal and Gen Z men are more conservative.
Well, that's because the right is marketing very well to the young men. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The Ben Shapiro's like looks like he's 12 still.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't.
Well, like, I mean, look at the most prominent conservatives right now are not talking to our grandparents. They're talking to young kids.
Yeah, but they're not saying they're conservatives. They're dressing up.
Well, yeah, like dude, Jordan Peterson doesn't call himself
when I was in high school, like anybody that took politics like way too seriously, I was like, what a fucking dweeb, dude.
Right,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like anybody's like, oh, who are your parents voting for? It's
people
like,
who like knew who the Secretary of State was, I'd be like, fuck off.
Just any of it. And like, also, I mean, we grew up in the remnants of that post 9/11. We got to go kill some bad guys in America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, hey, it wasn't as palpably divided.
Yeah.
And then I just remember any kid that was like, let me tell you what's wrong with Senate Bill 004. I'm like, shut up, nerd.
Yeah.
Like, and that's coming from me, who was a nerd in high school.
Yeah.
Like political dweebs, I think might be the bottom.
Well, that's the thing. The conservatives now, I don't know if we've already talked about this here, but like,
it probably comes up.
The cliche.
Us talking about conservatives on the old CRF, Conservative Rocket Force. We were in control the whole time.
It was always us. The greatest trick CRF ever pulled
is making you think that we were about the Chinese Communist Party. You fucking morons.
Yeah, conservative Republican force.
Nice.
Yeah, let's just rename the podcast.
We take off.
We got to change that F to something.
No, dude. I think force is still appropriate.
Yeah, they do like using force.
Yeah.
I think because the mainstream Republican used to think like guy in flannel, used to think butch guy, and then the conservative, and then like the liberal man.
Did you say butch or bush?
Butch. But also Bush. Bush is like, just wants to have a beer. He's like a Texan.
Yeah.
Like, but now it's like like Ron DeSantis is such a dweeb,
Dude, loser.
Like, he's like, I don't wear heels.
Yeah, that was like that immediately.
And that's literally his voice. Also, that voice I did.
Cowboy boots. Oh yeah. Actually, I wear regular size boots. You're like, oh,
that
dude,
was great. You saw the PBD interview?
Yeah, dude, it was so stupid.
And he's so clear. Like his knees are bent. He's walking like a man wearing heels who doesn't know how to wear heels.
I don't understand that. Like the insecurity kills you more than just being short. Mm-hmm. If you were just like short, but like what? Yeah, dude, just whatever.
Confidently short.
Yeah. It's like, what do you? But cowboy boots are already kind of a lame look on a politician. Like unless you're like one of those unironic like oil guzzling Texans.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, this man only wears cowboy boots. They stay on during sex. Cowboy boot guys.
Yeah.
Those guys were like, he's grabbing ponytails, bolo tie is slapping his sweaty chest, and the boots are on as he's riding
just
his
the
thick
bolo
lady.
tie on the
Yeah.
chest. Yeah. I was once in a taxi in Florida. I was heading back to the airport. It was like 4 a.m. and the taxi driver was he ran the whole taxi company on his own, which I think was just him in his car. And he was this like Palestinian guy, and he was like,
those guys know how to scoot.
You
gotta move.
And he had a lot of political commentary to give me, none of which had to do with Palestine. Funnily enough,
what year was this?
This was last year.
Oh shit!
And he was talking about
he's an Uber
everything.
rogue.
Yeah. And he was just like, all these politicians, man, they don't know what the fuck they want to talk about. We got this guy in Florida. We got this guy, big man. He wants to pick a fight with Mickey Mouse. So fuck you. And he would just be like, why are you clowning, man? Don't try to fight Mickey Mouse. Just like, you want to be president, I'll make you president. I don't care. Just stop trying to fight Mickey Mouse. And he was like, he destroyed Ron DeSantis. He didn't talk about politics once. He was just making fun of Ron DeSantis for being like a loser who hates Disney.
Yeah, well, because
that's all it was.
I mean, but I think he's spot on.
Yeah,
because like I don't believe any politician about what they're gonna vote for or what bills they back.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's not the job anymore.
No.
Like, the job is for them to stay in power. So they'll just bend to whoever.
Yeah.
So you got to do a vibe check.
Yeah.
And then occasionally you get one or two politicians who are, like, fresh out of their constituency.
Yeah.
Where it's like the good old boys just headbutt their favorite dude into the race.
Yeah.
And those guys, I know some people would hate them, but they're the most honest politicians because they're just looking back, thumbs up, and their boys like, I voted yes on all the shit we wanted.
Right.
Which is how proper representative democracy should work.
It should be that.
It should be that. Like, it should be the boys being like, this is our asshole, and he represents us.
And that's why Trump did so well and changed everything. And that's why.
Yeah.
I don't mean did so well with the country, but you know what I mean.
Well, hold on now.
And then everybody's trying to be his boys, and they're all trying to do the same thing, and they're trying to trash talk. And I saw like a campaign thing with him and Don Jr. And Don Jr. is like, you know, just like he's up
partying with Hunter.
Yeah.
And those guys would be buddies.
Don Jr. and Hunter. That's the bill. That's the ticket that I'd vote for.
That's how you bring the country back together. If they came out unironically to Twisted Sister songs, just blasting,
come on, feel the noise.
Blasting rails of blow off of like Brazilian boobed ladies still that have the clownish implants from the 80s. And they're like, we're gonna fix this country.
It's cultural reset. That's what we
dude.
did. I remember him, Don Jr. being like, we're not just gonna make America great again. We're gonna make liberals cry again. And then you can see Trump's face just kind of going like,
that's so lame.
It's so lame.
It's lame.
Also, call me crazy. If you're running for president, I wouldn't say I'm gonna make somebody cry. I don't know. I mean, like if that's what I want, I wouldn't be like half of you guys are gonna be very upset.
Yeah, I mean it's just kind of lame. Also, like I not a great stance, or I'm not taking a poignant stance here, but like I hate like how divided we are now, where it's like it seems like liberal America and conservative America are almost like, if they could, civil war be like two different countries, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I still think most of us agree on like a middle ground on most things, and
most of us hate rich people.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also, the Civil War could never happen because, you know. Because like
you didn't touch my gun.
We're not geographically separated the way that the real Civil War.
No,
was.
But it would. I don't think it would
like
happen.
Michigan is so diverse politically, just
right?
alone,
But it wouldn't happen like, you know, by lines so much as I think like ideologies and like city to city.
Yeah,
because we talked about that. Like
everybody just fighting on every front.
I think so, man.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I think it would be like a purge.
Yeah,
and then clearly the Republicans would win.
Yeah,
because it's like, I don't know about you, like the few Black Panthers that got it together and got a shit ton of weapons.
Yeah.
They're not predominantly the gun owners in America.
I think they'd abandon the whites. They'd abandon the liberal whites.
And
they should.
Sure,
they should. It's baggage.
Yeah, dude.
If the Black Panthers don't take the liberal whites with you. You're gonna. They're just gonna drag you down.
No, they're gonna eat your food. They're gonna eat your food and tell you guys you're great. Nobody needs a yes man in the Civil War.
You guys are so great. You're so good.
They shouldn't be shooting at you. This is their fault.
This is
wrong.
First one. This is wrong.
I will say.
I'm gonna sit during the next national anthem.
I think you were making fun of Ben Shapiro earlier. Yeah. Easy target. Like
very easy target.
Easy target.
Yeah. He paints it.
Well, because I don't know that he believes entirely what he's grifting.
No,
but I do.
He's a failed screenwriter. He needed a niche. Yeah,
there is somebody on the right that I think very sincerely believes every fucking
Jesse Lee Peterson.
No. You want to keep guessing? I'll give you some clues.
Okay, give me some clues.
Okay, Man Show.
Oh, Carolla?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Adam Carolla believes everything he says.
Every fucking word, dude. And
because he's still friends with like Kimmel. Like he doesn't care.
I know. No, that's fine. And like, but he's like old school, like Bush era Republican.
Yeah.
And I kind of got that, but like now when you listen to him talk, I'm like, I think my guy is wildly out of touch.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, I just don't get it. Like,
yeah.
People are upset they have to work 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
Like, I saw him doing he did one where he was complaining about woke people, and the example he used was that they got rid of smoking sections in restaurants.
I'm like,
buddy,
he's parked in 99.
He's still there.
He's making good 99 points.
Yeah, no, dude, if it was 99, he would have got me.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh yeah, dude, smoking sections are cool. But now, and then I don't know. I want to do a bad. I got a bad impression of him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
And it's Adam Carolla. After he's eaten too much lobster.
Yeah.
And it's not sitting well with him, and he has to violently shit.
Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, that's sick. That's great.
Yeah, dude.
It's accurate.
Got him, dude.
Yeah, I like that the lore had to be established that it was lobster.
I don't think he eats it a lot.
No. That's not a lobster guy.
I don't think he's a lobster
I do
guy.
think another guy who I think kind of is out of place with the modern conservative crowd is Dennis Miller. I don't know if you watched.
Yeah, again, he's stuck.
If you see him talking about it, where he's just
does he still do stand up?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think so. Yeah, because I remember him doing an interview, and he was just man, hey baby, I'm a conservative, but it's just sometimes the conservatives are just a drag. They're like the town elders from Footloose, man. I'm like, if you want to see a town elder from Footloose, that is Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
That's the guy who hates wet ass pussy.
Well, yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The extreme grifting now is absurd.
Yeah.
To just be
you have to sign up for so many things.
Borderline hearing no more porn, and you gotta be one guy working a 2x4 job. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
The things you want people to do.
Shapiro was
exist.
I don't think you should be able to retire at 65.
Yeah, what an idiot.
He was you should work long. I'm like, dude, your job is to sit around and talk about politics all day. You have the easiest job
I
in
don't
the
know,
entire world.
I was going to say, I don't know if you and I have talked about this or have heard about it just from other flapping gums out there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, man. If you work a manual labor job, construction,
to the point where your body doesn't work anymore,
your body starts to fail.
right. Physically, you cannot work past a certain point.
Or it's just cruel.
Right.
When you see a guy who said I've fused my spine together, but I can still pick things up. Is this good, master?
No, man. 65, you better learn to code.
Yeah, right.
That's the thing. Now I'm leery of every time they make a new invention that's if a stem cell research really hits it big, and it's oh, we can keep you youthful forever. I'm that's just gonna be an excuse to raise the retirement age. It's gonna be oh, you're 65, we can fix it.
Or it's gonna turn into
they're just gonna RoboCop you back out there to keep working.
I was gonna say an obscure reference, but Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix, Pop Shot. That episode. Where it's people can live forever, so having kids is borderline outlawed.
Yeah.
And it's it's dystopic. I don't know.
That's the thing. We think about if RoboCop happened in real life, it wouldn't be cops.
You're referring to a guy who dies and they bring
or just they're able to just maintain your strength even if it's not dying and coming back. It would be it wouldn't be cops as much as it would just be a guy who's 109 years old now, working on an assembly line. Please let me die.
At the same time, if we have the technology to do that to a human body, we for sure have General Dynamics robots that are doing every job you could possibly think of.
Yeah.
So much better than us.
Yeah. Then we'd all just be unemployed.
Yeah, I get and why we need Andrew Yang.
That's why we need Andrew Yang.
Not last week's guest, but presidential candidate
Andrew Yang. Or we will just break each other's legs and file for disability. That's my plan B.
You had me and break each other's legs.
We will misery each other, me and Lou. Subscribe to the Patreon. Watch us.
Write it again.
I want to tell a story real quick.
Do we have a Patreon yet?
No. Why? What
we might by the time this is out.
By the time this is out. By the time we explode, take off.
Oh, well, hang on. Joke World is having a fucking comedy podcast off.
Yeah?
Like they do a March Madness.
Oh, really?
My guy. What gives?
Joke World.
Joke World.
Come on.
Dude, well,
this is episode 5. What are you doing?
We've already been deplatformed.
We've been deplatformed once.
That has to be a record.
We've been deplatformed as many times as Legion of Skanks.
Wait, are they already?
It took them hundreds of episodes to get to that point.
We came out the gate
We just came out swinging.
My personal YouTube also got a strike.
That's awesome.
Because I took
just because of what you were watching.
Well, yeah, right. I was like more stuff like the Nickelodeon thing. Dan Harmon's favorite videos.
I think you meant Schneider.
No.
No, you meant Dan Harmon. I guess. Yeah,
both.
Pick your Dan.
Or Schneider, yeah.
Pick your fat pervert Dan.
They're all over the place.
They're everywhere, dude.
And whenever I see a fat pervert, I go, Dan?
Let me guess. Dan.
Dan?
Yeah.
But no, the thumbnail we had with the clearly covered up titties in pornographic stuff.
Yeah.
I like reworked it for mine, and I got hit. Did we get a strike on ours?
I don't know if we got a strike on YouTube, but it got taken down on Instagram.
I definitely got a strike on YouTube for that.
Oh,
one.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I've never felt more like the stupid bastards that are like, free speech. It's like, they're trying to take my livelihood.
Right.
Like I hated how much I immediately sympathized with like YouTubers that go on like, well, YouTube took down my video, so I guess I'm not gonna eat this week.
Except those guys think they're speaking truth to power, and we're
not.
I
went head first into being like, I'm gonna fuck around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I appealed. Like I did the human appeal. I was like, I think I put like one sentence, maybe punctuated. You can't see the titties.
Did it work?
No.
So was the video gone? What happened?
No, they just took the thumbnail off.
Oh.
And the video's doing it as mediocre as the rest of my videos.
That thumbnail was the key.
I was gonna hack the teenage brain.
Yeah.
And no. It's wild.
I wanted to say.
So what I'm saying is to Joke World.
Joke World.
You gotta do an NIT.
Come on.
You gotta do one.
We're counting on you, Joke World. Please, Joke World. Please.
Except the not in tournament would be about 40,000 podcasts.
Yeah, there's a lot that would be up against us. There are multiple podcasts that just recap the Joe Rogan podcast. There are guys who gather around the table.
Oh, you talking about like
every week, and they just talk about the episode.
I know
Joe
a couple
Rogan.
of them because Legion of Skanks brought it up, and I follow. There's like 3 I know.
Personally?
No, not personally, but like my algorithm was like these people, and it's too lazy to try. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of that one?
I think I saw that. Yeah.
Okay.
I came across it.
Podcast Cringe.
Oh, I know Podcast. He's different though. He doesn't just go over every episode.
Oh, okay. And then
Podcast Cringe just kind of covers comedy podcasts.
Right, but he does some stuff that's maybe indignant on purpose.
Well, sometimes
these guys just don't think we get this. He
did one that was like,
oh, that's rich. I'm like, all right, dude, we get it. Like, they fucking suck ass, but you're hamming it up too.
Yeah, he was. He pulled up that what was it? Lauren, what's her face? The First Date podcast. She's got the
Crack Amico makes fun of her quite hard.
Oh, okay.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
All right.
Lauren's.
Boober?
I'm sorry.
Boobers?
I'm sorry. I love you, Lauren. I love you.
What is it? No, it's like I thought it was Bobert. No, that's not.
No, Lauren Bobert's another person.
No, well, I'm having senior moments all over
She has that
place.
podcast and like Podcast Cringe was just like, is it me or is this clearly Tom Segura's side chick? And I was like,
Oh, yeah. I think there's definitely something going on there. Yeah. I'm like, dude, just don't laugh. Like,
dude, get off the internet. Podcast cringe, touch grass.
That or watch us and tear us apart.
Tear us apart. But please, podcast cringe.
Podcast cringe. Seriously, look at us. They even have an American flag in the background. Real rich guys. Haven't seen that before. Dude, like, here's the thing. His criticisms are actually mostly fair, and then he'll do that forced like gagging on cock laugh. And I'm like, dude, like, how are you gonna be very, very aware while also lacking self-awareness?
Yeah.
Like, oh, geez, guys, I bet they really think that went over our heads. I'm like, what are you doing, you fucking
try
idiot?
to crack us, podcast cringe. That's what I want you to do. Dude, watch us and figure out.
You can't be broken when you're still doing open mics. Because nothing these terrible fuckers on the internet, and not like if a random guy came out of the woodwork and ripped us apart, devastating.
Yeah.
But if somebody with an audience that is there to shit on comics brought their wrath upon us right now, I'd be like, whatever, dude. It'd be like the 2.0 cancelization.
It'd be like when everyone went after Nathan Timmel for talking about the canned pumpkin thing.
Sure, I don't even know that.
Do you not know about that?
But he thinks he got that one past us.
Yeah.
No, what happened there?
Well, it was like everyone got mad at him because he posted a TikTok where he was just like running a bit about doing shopping for his wife. Okay. And he makes fun of his wife in it or whatever. And then everybody was like, it went super viral, and then he was the most hated man on the internet for like 2 weeks. And to the point that I didn't know.
Well,
Nathan
hang on. What's the bit? Do we not want to burn?
I don't want to burn it.
Don't burn it.
Yeah. Look it up.
Hang on, good bit?
It's it's fine. It's perfectly
enough?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not easy to tell it's a bit because it's him talking to the camera.
Well, is it like a my bitch wife?
It's a bit of a my bitch wife thing, but there's a subversion to it a little bit. But anyway,
turns out she's not a bitch.
Yeah, dude.
Clip it, baby.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Zing.
That's why we do this. Hey, Johnny, put on your mining cap.
Mining for reals.
We're going back down into the fucking caves.
Ooh, my dividing rod says there's some reels around here.
I listen to your podcast. I listen to it, and I come over and I do your bits. I do your bits. And then I tell them. Dude, I want to be so badly. What's that character's name from There Will Be Blood?
Oh, the Daniel Day-Lewis character?
Yeah, I'm just going to start.
Daniel Plainview.
I'm going to start being him at open mics.
Yeah.
I listen to your jokes every week, and they're awful. And you know what I do? I listen to them up. And then I go home and I rewrite my own bits better than yours.
Oh, nice. I'm
so sorry. I was just, I've abandoned my integrity. I've abandoned my values.
Just once you get the light, you just go, I'm all finished.
I mean, I could do it every week because most of my shows are in fucking bowling alleys. Oh, fuck.
That was too real. Oh, you really hit something. Oh,
it's because every struggling comic out there I know has a bowling alley show coming up.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
To somebody at the open mic still, they're like, that guy's fucking doing it. That guy's doing it.
That guy's, he's living the dream.
And maybe if I do this for 5 to 7 years, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then I go, keep trying, kid.
You always got to ask yourself, how many bowling alley shows away are you from being you're in your Billy Ray Schaefer moment?
Dude, I hate that. I think I found the Mario World flute. And I went from level 1 love and life with you guys and just boop, 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 and then just immediately level 8 Billy Ray Schaefering just crushing in a bowling alley basement. Like, all right, I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow. Yeah.
A little lightheaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, so Nathan's bit.
Actual spit take. Fuck you. I'm going to finish that because Mama didn't make no sinner. God damn it, dude.
I don't even remember what I was talking about.
I thought it was Timmel's bit about the pumpkin pie.
Oh, yeah, because he kind of shits on his wife in the bit, and then it's him doing it to camera. So some people, you're scrolling through TikTok, you don't know it's a comedian. You're like, oh, this is just a guy complaining about his wife on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
And so he got super famous, and everybody hated him. And to the point where I didn't know Nathan yet. My girlfriend texts me and goes like, hey, if I sent you out to get, like, she throws the scenario of the bit at me to see how I would react. Because it became a boyfriend. It became a boyfriend like test. Like, because the thing is, he knew she was going to make pumpkin pie. She sent him out to get stuff for pumpkin pie. Okay. And then she didn't include canned pumpkin, and so he didn't get it. That's the short version of it. I'm not going to burn the whole thing, but go look it up. But he doesn't end up getting it because she didn't tell him to, right? That's kind of the basic thing, right? Yeah. And so, sorry, Nathan, for butchering that bit, but basically, it became a thing. I
guarantee, Nathan, never gonna see this.
Probably not. He was just on We Are Movies, so maybe
he will.
Scoping it all out. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Nathan.
Thanks, Nathan. But anyway, so like it became a thing where girlfriends started asking their boyfriends like, hey, if I sent you to get stuff for pumpkin pie and I didn't include canned pumpkin, would you get it? And like it was a controversial, like if your boyfriend wouldn't get it, then dump him.
See, here's the thing. If my girlfriend ever did one of those clearly stupid fucking like tests, I'd be like, ooh, we got to talk.
Right. Well, if she had like a camera on your face.
Well, that for sure. Yeah. First of all, oh God, I hate that.
Yeah.
But any one of those, like, if I didn't have legs, would you still love me?
If I was a worm.
Like, clearly no. Like, you know it, I know it. Like, we're not married till death do us part. It's not, no, I'm fucking around. But it's like.
Yeah, you're about to have your Timmel moment, dude.
Dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What becomes? Oh, he's not doing bowling alleys anymore. No, he probably is he?
Maybe every now and then.
No, but like those clearly like stupid.
Yeah.
That's
a
like
test.
That's like a young person's silly goof.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's all fantasy. From the bit to asking your own boyfriend. If anybody in earnest used that as a test to see if their partner's good for them, I'm like, you're not gonna understand.
Well, and I'll tell you what, I had the wrong answer and she did not dump me. So that's how I know it wasn't a real test.
What's the right answer?
The right answer is you just get it anyway. You just get the canned pumpkin.
Clearly, but what if you get home and then you know, your bitch wife's like, I already have the cans of pumpkin.
You're digging a hole here.
Yeah, oh no.
Would she complain that you got it? Is the question.
My girlfriend?
Isn't it better to just have it and not need it?
Yeah,
than not have it?
Yeah, it's a lot like a condom or a Glock, which are interchangeable. Don't get me going.
You better not get pregnant.
Well, yeah. They both work in the sand. It made no sense.
No, not at all.
not at all.
I wanted to say something about Florida politics really quick.
I'm all right.
I'm
eager ears, patiently.
No, did you have something else to say about Glocks and condoms or Nathan?
Nah, I mean, Glocks and condoms. It's just,
that should have been the name of the podcast.
That's just flying loops. You know, we got the Doomsday plane over America.
Yeah.
I'm ready to talk about Glocks and condoms anytime.
Yeah. I always have both with me.
Yeah, I like double stacked condoms. I mean Glocks. Oh my God, I get them mixed up sometimes. Either way, I do like Magnums.
Dude, I like. I have the John Wick approach to putting on and taking off condoms. I do it like he unloads the gun. Yeah,
flick it and get cum everywhere. Because
throw cum on the
wall. just masquerading Jackson Pollocking your walls with fucking cum.
I just got the package and I'm just like check inside, put it on. You know, you discard the wrapper.
You kill 13 men climax, pull a condom off, put a new one on, and start fucking again.
I like in this scenario, I'm fucking a room full of 45 people.
you would
taking them all out one by one.
You would have to.
You'd have to.
I
have to, honey.
If you did make a pornographic parody of John Wick where he was just at an orgy fucking one person,
that could be amazing.
So like,
there's like neon lighting,
and he's just banging out one at a time. They all come from like 1 or 2 pumps, and he's just on to the next one.
And he's just there because they fucked his dog.
Yeah, well, you could call it John Prick. It's like, it's got a porn name.
Dude.
Yeah. There we go.
Wow. Wow.
Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still fried from the
the bowling alley line.
Yeah, I think so. That one killed me.
Yeah.
Oh, we slayed us this week. Oh my God, dude. I thought I don't know if it's a prope for the episode. I don't know.
No, for the record, I know we have listeners that have booked us at bowling alleys before.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be clear, we have no problem with doing bowling alley shows.
Well, first of all, if you're talking about most definitely the Frozen Squid shows, that's not what I'm talking about.
That doesn't count.
That's not what I'm talking about
Frozen
at all.
Squid shows were great.
And that's the thing is like, okay, if we're covering our ass, I've done plenty of awesome bowling alley shows.
Well, I think what you're referring to are bowling alley shows while the bowling is still happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are the ones
the
you gotta be
nightmares where you hear
the
pins going, and it's like, the more I'm getting into comedy and realizing that Rogan's right, and only 250 comedians actually love what they do, and the rest of us just want to suckle. Please let me do comedy where it's supposed to happen. Because only 250 comedians get to do comedy precisely where comedy should happen.
Right.
But the rest of us, I'm like, all right, if we're at a bowling alley where the pins aren't actively being fucking annihilated by,
that's our comedy cellar.
That's it. Yeah.
If pins are all standing up and none are falling down.
Yeah, like every time I see sold out, packed out crowds at the Comedy Mothership, I'm like, yeah, but have they even tried putting bowling in there yet?
No, one of these days.
Because like immediately half the crowd would be like, fucking bowling is a lot more fun than watching somebody else talk.
Yeah, it's it is. That's the worst part. The worst part about stand-up is that there's so much better things to do than to watch us do stand-up.
Yeah, like legitimately.
I cannot blame you for wanting to do anything else.
I try to fight so hard when I'm not doing well on stage, fighting the internal monologue of like, oh, this sucks for them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, this sucks. And because like, I don't know, man. That I think that irks me the most about a comedian who's like not doing well at all, and then they're also just not even being entertaining. Right. So it's like, if you're not funny, at least if you're entertaining, there's some like, everybody in the plane's gonna die, but at least it's open casket. You know what I mean? Like, but like every now and again, you just meet those fuckers that aren't doing well. They're blaming the audience.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you don't even understand that you suck.
Yeah.
And that's a bummer.
Right.
Like that bums me out.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh no, these are people.
These are human beings who thought they were making a good decision.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Friday night.
No. Every criticism of stand-up comedy I've heard, like, full stop.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, it's fair.
Yeah.
I may not agree with every one of them, and like I'll push back if somebody's like really out of pocket. But like anytime somebody's like, I went through a show and it sucked, and I was like, probably did.
Probably did.
Dude. I've done the show and been the person who sucked. And I'm like, no, I probably ruined comedy for ungodly amounts of people.
Well, and it's like, I'm so thankful. Genuinely, as time passes, I'm so thankful that people come, because before I did comedy, I would never go see a comedian I hadn't heard of. You know?
No,
I wouldn't just go see local comedian showcase. Like,
That's insane to me.
Yeah, the first comedian I ever saw live was Louis C.K. Like,
yeah,
I didn't go like.
That's like if you're like, I guess I'll go see the Rolling Stones. For a concert.
Did I tell you I had a friend in my cohort? She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make it to Crunchies. I'm gonna like the open mic that we were on." She was like, "I'm gonna come out and check out the open mic." I was like, "Sure, whatever you want." And then one time, she kept saying, "I've never watched stand-up comedy live before."
God.
And then before she ever went to the open mic, she says to me at class, she goes, "Oh, by the way, I went to my first comedy show over the weekend." I was like, "Oh, what was it? Like, who was?" I thought maybe I know the guys who were on.
Student?
This is no. This was somebody in a cohort with me when I was a student.
Got it.
In college.
Got it.
And she was like, "Oh, I went to my first comedy show over the weekend." I was like, "Oh, where was it? Who was it?" I thought it might be somebody I know. And she was like, "Oh, I saw Dave Chappelle at the Fox Theater."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's not.
You know what's crazy?
That's not what we do."
Even Dave Chappelle has done bad there before.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, oh my God.
I would say he did bad that time.
Yeah.
It's on tape.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Sorry, Dave.
Got him, dude.
Sorry, Dave. Please make me famous, Dave.
Take us with you, Dave. Take us with you.
Fuck Dave Chappelle, but also please.
No, this comedy bubble is like the Saigon at the end of the war. Take us with you, Dave. Let us on that last chopper.
I'll change all my opinions on trans rights. I don't care. Whatever you want.
I got nothing. If you take that, what am I going to do? Me too. I'll be like young Bill Burr. Put me in your sketches as the cop who does stuff. Let me put this fucking. I can't do it.
Yeah, I'll be the racist in every Chappelle show sketch.
Hey, they're just.
Yeah, you got it. We just call them racists.
Yeah.
We just call
sketches.
them sketches.
Yeah. No, man. I think, but if you go into an open mic, it is kind of fun when somebody's like, I've never been to a comedy show before, and they go to an open mic. I'm like, oh no, this is somebody who doesn't know how steak is made, being like, we're gonna go check out the slaughterhouse, and then they leave like, oh, what was that? I'm like, that.
I'm a vegetarian now.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. But I will say, like, a Sincere couldn't do it without him. Some of the crazy people that go out just to support the local.
Oh, the best.
Even the people that are there primarily, Corey, to watch people crash and burn. Yeah,
Corey, Fairmean, Bruce.
We're shouting out the
whole crew.
gang. But even if people are there for kind of nefarious. Like, if they get their kicks from watching people fail.
They're fun. Because Corey's fun. Corey, my friend Corey who comes to Crunchies, he
got
laughs.
A last name and a soch we can put out there for him?
No, I think he wants to be anonymous.
Okay.
But he, like, laughs at everything, even if it's ironic, right? There are people who will come.
Well, he's sincerely laughing.
Yeah, no, he's genuinely laughing. He's not
laughing.
doing it to hurt your feelings. He's just, it makes him laugh.
Yeah.
Like, and there are people that come to watch people crash and burn, and they sit there silently. And I'm like, I want you to go home.
Which is like kind of, I think, the Kill Tony vibe.
Yeah.
But I will say this. If they laugh at the good stuff too, I'm like, hey man, whatever.
Right.
Like it's fair then.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'd rather have those people there, and if they're fair and laugh at good stuff.
But there are some that come to root against you, and they don't want to laugh at anything.
Yeah, I mean, but those people suck.
Yeah.
Like all around.
Right.
Like that's just somebody who wants to hurt an animal, like a small animal, but they don't have the gumption to be a serial killer. So they're like, I guess I'll just go get micro fucking, like micro.
I'll just go be quiet at a comedy open mic.
What would you call that though? Like the power feeling that a psychopath gets?
The demigod.
Yeah, but they do it on like a bastardized level where like, I didn't laugh at anything. Like just a fucking F-tier supervillain.
Yeah.
Like, I bet you feel bad about yourself because of me.
He just goes home flexing in the mirror like, oh, I didn't laugh at any of those jokes.
Yeah. No, I'm going to mildly get hard and fucking dribble come out. I don't know, man. It's you know what? I don't even know the movie where the meme comes from with James Franco with the noose around his neck.
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Okay, yeah. But the first time meme is incredible.
Yeah.
And I sincerely sometimes feel that way at open mics now. And sometimes I'll be at an open mic with like a really new person. Mm-hmm. Like when we were in Chicago, I was surrounded by like One dude,
very green.
Well, I tapped one guy on the shoulder. I'm like, hey man, like who's the host? Who would I check in? He's like, oh, I don't know, man. This is my first time. I'm like, oh shit. All right. Well, I was like, welcome to Nam, kid. I was like, get rid of that. You know, I'd throw that notebook out. You're not gonna need any of that. Like dropping the mic, ready to fight, son.
Dude, sometimes when new people come to the Crunch and they see us and they see our attitude, it's like we're Robert Duvall in Apocalypse Now. Like they're like, there's a war, and we're like, we're just gonna surf. Like, who cares?
Yeah, dude. Well, I love it because it's a artistically speaking, it's a bloodbath out there.
It is, yeah.
And I do, but
that's our stolen valor, actually.
Well, yeah, it's, of course, comparing everything in show business to literal warfare. Kanye was right. It's just the same. You all are civilians. I know I've said that on mic on somewhere before. I fucking hate the term civilians.
Yeah.
For people who don't do stand-up
I do it ironically. I think it's funny to do ironically.
That's the most smooth brain take.
Yeah. Does Bert Kreischer do that? Bert Kreischer does that, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Take me with you, Bert.
Hang on. I don't blame Bert.
No.
Because somebody else probably said it, and Bert was like, "That's great." Yeah.
He's like a sponge.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I guarantee with enough moxie, it could be like, Bert, that's like terribly offensive to people who actually serve, and is not a great comparison at all. I'd be like, I never thought like that. I'd be like, all right, well, enjoy your millions.
Yeah.
But also, fuck literally everybody. I still like Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
I never loved him.
Yeah.
But like I don't think he's a mean psycho dude.
Yeah.
And in the world
I think he's probably a bit of a narcissist, but not to the point of like being
but like
an asshole.
I don't think he's evil.
No,
I think he's narcissistic in that he wants his attention.
Right.
I'm like, that's fine.
By all accounts, he's a nice guy.
But yeah, but that's
like we know people who know Bert.
Yeah, and he's from everything I've heard, like he wants you to party and be on his vibe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? If I ever got to be in a green room with him, I'd understand. I'm like, we're gonna do a little drinking tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm cool with that. But what got us onto that? The civilian things, and then like the stupid take on that. The comparison of it to warfare is like fun, but when we're at the open mic and like you, Jordan, Nick, and then Burkar setting the tone for like everybody who's ever hosted an open mic.
Yeah.
I think what Crunchies has is we accept what it is and kind of play along with it being like a hellscape for comedy.
Yeah.
And it's fun for us.
Right.
But I try to lock it up when there's like a super new person.
Right.
Because I'm like,
you don't want them to think that's what this is.
Right.
What it is all the time.
And then you also don't want them to think that they can do that yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, no. You should try the most sincerely you can tonight.
Right.
Don't try to engage with the crowd in a fucking like I'm better than you fucking around
kind
of way.
You know what broke my heart? we met an open micer in the UP. And she was still pretty new, and she worked with us. And she was funny, and she afterwards was like, you know what, I want to do better and like start interacting with the crowd more. And I was like, nope, that's not what you do. I was like, no, like keep working, keep doing better. Do not think that real comedians need to talk.
No,
to the
pony
crowd.
boy.
It's like, do you think we wanted to talk to the crowd?
No. It was you and Andrew were getting overrun.
Yeah.
And then I felt like I was like, all right, boys, get out of here. I'll hold them. Like, God damn it, dude. The amount of casual racism you guys had to deal with.
Yeah.
But
it was a good
No, it was one guy. It was one guy.
It was one guy. And
I know there's a double-edged sword, and if Frozen Squid, Nikki, Josh, if you guys are watching, again, we fucking love you guys. It was like one dude.
And I also want to issue a correction. We underplayed how many Asians are in the UP in our last episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's a good amount.
What, the Asian Illuminati shake you and Andrew down? I didn't get an email. What the fuck?
I got a message. No, there's a decent amount. Well, also because, you know why?
Who messaged you?
There's a tech school there.
Yeah, I know. We made fun of that. And then you even said they all stay in the dorms, which was also an apt observation.
That's true.
We rolled up. I was like, there's dozens of Indian guys going from the cafeteria immediately back to their dorms.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he'll be mad that I mentioned this, but he wasn't upset with me. But Josh just mentioned. He just mentioned to me. He was like, "Hey, listen to the latest episode. There actually are a good amount of Asians."
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. And then I felt really bad. I was like, "Oh man, we went up there and was just like, everyone here's fucking white and racist."
Well,
and I was like, "Oh no, I don't." That's not.
No, that's not
what I
the
wanted
vibe
to portray.
No, but that one lady did seem to have a problem with Jews,
and luckily. Not in that camp.
Vibe. Yeah. Wouldn't want to be in that camp.
No. Wouldn't want to be one of them.
Not want to be in that camp.
No.
All right. Well, that's fair. But yeah, the tech school and all that. We were just gaffing.
Josh understood that.
Okay. Yeah.
He wasn't confronting me. He
okay.
Was
it was like,
yeah.
He just puts his hand on your chest. We actually got a pretty solid chunk.
Yeah. It was just my natural guilt that I always feel all the time.
That's fair. I mean, it's right there.
It's right
there with you. If it's not guilt, it's imposter syndrome. And if it's not that, it's suicidal thoughts.
Fear leads to guilt. Guilt leads to imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome leads to suicidal thoughts.
Which leads to feverish masturbation.
Which leads to crowd work.
You think Matt Rife's that close to killing himself?
I hope so. I mean, no. I don't think so.
You know what? I've heard mixed things about him, but
like what he's like as a guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've heard mixed things too.
Thanks for watching, Matt.
Thanks, Matt. Take us with you, Matt.
Take us with you, Matt. Please put on a longer coat.
Wear a hoodie for once in your life.
Oh God, or something that you just pull us with you, Matt.
What time are we at?
About that time.
It's about that time.
About that time.
All right, I'll save my Florida politics story for next.
Save it next week so these fucking civilians can get a load.
Yeah, civilians.
You guys would never sign the dotted line for the open mic list.
You folks would never pay the $10 to submit to a festival.
You ever tell jokes to your countrymen and make them kind of chuckle and then collect $10 American for it?
You ever eat shit and then cash your $1 scratch and win that you got at the open mic for it? All
right. Shameless plugs? No.
I think what is this gonna be out tomorrow?
It's our buddies watching still.
Is this gonna be out tomorrow?
Yeah.
We have shows Friday and Saturday.
Today. Oh yes.
Friday opening for Mike Palisak at Max Bar.
Yep.
Saturday we'll be at the Paw Paw Theater with Josh Adams.
Yeah, that's
Esteban and Alexa.
Yeah, those are both cool shows. So I don't know.
Both cool shows.
If anybody's watching, yes, Patreon. For $50 a month,
we'll break each other's legs on camera.
It definitely won't use Hollywood magic. All right. I don't know. I think that's it. I think we did it.
I think that's it.
That's the pod.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Hey. At some point, do you want to start a white label vodka company together? We could call it Two Gay Bears. or here's a good brand.
Let's start
this tastes funny. Vodka.
Let's start. I'm feeling wheezy. I'm feeling queasy vodka.
Queasy vodka. Nice.
Yeah.
I think
let's start a Where Are My Friends vodka.
I don't feel so good vodka. Hey, who are you vodka?
Oh, I don't like this post-credit scene at all.
I think it's great.
There's I don't own a Toyota Corolla vodka.
The top shelf, shelf, statutory vodka.
All right, bye everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Dude, life rips. No, Chris, that's just the hymens you keep tearing through, you fucking moron. Let it out. Let it out. Let it out.
Oh, we're gonna get
I
deplatformed
don't
again.
give a oh, by what? The civilian rapists?
Yeah.
Yo, dude, life rips. What? You believe?
Did you say civilian rapists?
Yeah.
Listen, you civilians, you're all rapists. We don't care. Subscribe to our Patreon. Thank you.
It's Bill Cosby.
Dan Schneider, subscribe to our Patreon.
Put us in one of your...
Hey, you fat pervert. Line up.
I learned about that. Do you know Pink Guy?
Pink Guy?
Yeah, the Pink Guy. I think he goes by Joji now.
No, is he a pervert too?
Probably, but at least he's not. At least he's not one of the illegal types. No, he's a singer, Asian.
Oh.
I'm an ally. But yeah, he's got a song under I think the title Pink Guy. And he has a whole rap about Dan Schneider, which is insane. And it came out in like 2018, maybe 2017.
Oh, so people are aware that Dan Schneider was a creep.
Yeah, but like he put it on blast.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, it's
hey, shout out Pink Guy.
We'll listen to it. Shout out Pink Guy.
Yeah, we'll listen to
AKA Joji.
Thanks, Joji.
All right.